Hello everyone, so I'm here today because at the beginning of the year I made a video called something like my reading plans for 2022, and I will link it down below, in which I basically explained that I didn't have many plans. At that point in my life I had a 2-month-old baby and my life was completely chaos, so I didn't have any idea of how my life was gonna be after that, so I didn't want to make any plans. But now that baby is a lot older, she's 7 months old, and we are almost halfway through the year, so I thought it would be a good time to revisit that video and adjust some of the goals I have. So yeah, one of the things I said in that video is that I was not going to participate in Invisible Cities because it is sometimes hard to find books for that challenges, and yeah, I didn't feel like what I was getting out of it was justifying the amount of work that it took, if that makes sense. So I said I was not going to participate. I have participated in a couple of months because I decided that I was only going to participate if I had not read from that country before. And also, since making that video, I have also made a video talking about my Reading Around the World challenge, which is something that I have been doing like forever, just trying to pick up books from countries I've never read from and try to slowly make my way through the world basically. But recently, after I posted that video, I have actually been doing a lot of research on the countries that I have not read from, and I have chosen books from all the countries and ways to source those books, and I think I am really excited for that project at the moment, so I think I'm going to use that momentum. And I have started doing videos geographically of places where and talk about the books I've read from them. So far I have only done one, which is North America, and I have read from all the countries in North America, so that was easy. But I think that what I want to do actually is to every month challenge myself to read a whole area, all the countries that I have not read from in that area, and make the video once I have read something from all of the countries, and that way I can advance that project a little bit more. And that would mean that in a couple of years I probably will have read something from all of the countries. Now, some of the countries are really small and I couldn't find anything, so I'm going to read some non-fiction about it instead of books from the country itself, but that's just how it goes. Sometimes you cannot find anything that works, so I would rather read something that I might enjoy. So yeah, I'm planning to do that. There are some areas that are more problematic than others, like especially for Oceania and Central Asia, like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan. That area I have read nothing from, and also like all of the little islands in the Pacific are quite problematic. But those in my plan are like at the end of I'm moving from America to Europe to Africa to Asia to Oceania, so they are kind of at the end of the project. So on the months that I have nothing or little to read from, so when I'm reading Europe, I've read most of Europe, so I can read some books from the places I have not read anything from, so that when I arrive to those places I have less to read. That's the plan for now. So yeah, roughly every month. Is not going to be very strict. If I take 2 months for a certain area, that's also fine, but that's how I'm planning to do it. And yeah, I will be updating you from the places that I'm reading from. The next one is Central America, and I have read 3 countries and I haven't read for 4 countries, so I have 4 books to read before I make that video. In terms of prices, I also said that I was probably not going to participate, but then I got caught up again in the hype of the books. So I did read a lot of the International Booker. I also read the shortlist for the Dublin Literary Award and the Women's Prize for Fiction. I didn't read the Jalak. It was a bit too difficult for me to get the books, and I was not overly excited for all of them, so I just passed on that one. And the Booker is coming, so I think, yeah, I can't lie to myself and say that I'm not gonna follow, but if I'm realistic, I'm probably going to do something similar to what I did for the International Booker. So I didn't read all of the books for that, but I did read a big portion of them, and I made a point to read the shortlist, so I probably will do that. Like, I will read, once the long list is announced, I will read the ones I'm interested in, and then when the shortlist is announced, I will read the ones that I haven't read that are on the shortlist. Probably that's when it's gonna happen. And then on the Booktube Prize, I have been enjoying translated fiction and judging so far all the rounds, and I think, we only have 2 rounds left, and I have already signed up for one of them, so I'm probably going to do all the rounds. I don't know what I will do about all of the other categories. I think I might read the winners. But yeah, that's going well as well. I'm quite enjoying, and the translated books that were chosen were quite short, most of them, so I'm happy that's how it's going to go. And the only real actual plan and challenge goal that I had in that video was to finish my physical TBR, which consisted of 3 books, and I did that. So we have half of a year left, and I did that. And also I mentioned that I would also like to do that for my ebook TBR, and I haven't finished my ebooks from last year, so I had 13 at that point, and I have, from those 13, I have still 5 to read. I have not read the rest. I have DNF some of them, or like decided that I was not interested in them anymore. But from the ones I'm interested in, I have 5 left, and I'm planning to make my way through them in the rest of the year. I have added a lot of ebooks to my TBR, so probably I should also read some of those, so that next year when I do that again, I don't have like 50 books to read, but yeah, I'm working on that. So yeah, those are all my thoughts about my plans and my updated plans for the rest of the year. Reading the Booker, reading the Booktube Prize, reading Around the World, like more structured and serious, and finish the 5 books that I have in my ebook TBR that I haven't read yet. Let me know if you have any thoughts on that. If you have changed your plans from the beginning of the year, how well are you doing on your goals? And until next video, bye!